This meditation is called the Aversions and Longing meditation. And this time we're going to combine it with a little search for some self-energy. So I'd invite you to close your eyes and take a breath. And just notice your thinking. Notice the content of your thoughts without any judgment or any desire to change them. And then notice your own physical sensations. I'd invite you to find where gravity is acting on your body, maybe your feet against the ground, or if your legs are folded, your entire frame on the floor or the bed, wherever you happen to be connected to the earth. Just notice and lean into and accept your own heaviness. Just call to mind that we're not angels, we're not disembodied intellects, we're somatic beings with a heart, mind, and body localized in this place, in the place of your body. So lean into your own heaviness, your own gravity, and notice that it's the gravity of the earth that pulls you down, that connects you. I invite you to deepen your breath with your diaphragm. And now turn to your emotions. Happy, sad, anger, joy, fear, disgust. Whatever emotion is there, just like your thoughts, we look at these emotions as data sources. Just notice them. And just like the thoughts, again, we don't desire to change them, but we bring attention and awareness to them merely to notice them, to increase the power of our observer selves. Deepen your breath with your diaphragm again, and then pay all your attention to the tip-top of your head. Relax your head, relax your scalp, relax your ears and your forehead, relax all the muscles around your eyes. Relax your face, relax your jaw, relax your tongue. Relax your neck and your trapezius, that is the muscles between your shoulders and your neck. Concentrate on where your head meets your spine, where your skull meets your spine. And notice all the muscles attached to your spine. Just slowly follow your spine down. The trapezius, relax the head. The muscles above and between your shoulder blades, relax those. The muscles in your middle back, your lower back, and your buttocks. Just notice them all and relax your spine. Return to your shoulders and on both arms. Relax your deltoids, your biceps, and your triceps. Relax your elbows, your forearms, and your wrists. Relax the back of your hands. Relax your palms. And all the muscles to the tips of your fingers. Let all those things relax. Deepen your breath again with your diaphragm. And notice your chest. Relax your chest, relax your sides, your rib cage, relax your solar plexus. Relax your diaphragm if you can. Breathe with your diaphragm in a relaxed way. And relax your belly. Relax your waist, relax your pelvis, relax your hips and your thighs. Relax your knees, relax your calves, relax your ankles and your feet. The tops of your feet and the bottoms of your feet, and all the way to the tips of your toes. Then I invite you to deepen your breath with your diaphragm, a big deep belly breath. And a second breath deep, deep into your belly. And then a third deep breath into the belly. And then we'll take 3 belly breaths, but imagine the energy of these breaths going into your heart. Just concentrate on your heart or your solar plexus, into the heart. And a second deep breath into the heart. And then a third deep breath, deeper than the others, into the heart. And then 3 breaths into your mind. Just focus on the middle of your forehead as you breathe deeply into the mind. And a second deep breath into the mind. And then a third deep breath, deeper than all the others, into the mind. And then let the forced deep breaths go. And just notice your breath as it returns to normal. Settle into your relaxed body with an acceptance of gravity and your own heaviness. And then notice what kinds of things you have a longing or a desire for. It doesn't matter how you call those things, whether you call them good or bad, whether you call them meritorious or sinful. The story you tell yourself about these things is not as important as the longings or the desires themselves. So just pay attention to what you have desire for. And notice where it sits in your body. You have desire for a new car, a new house, a new something, a new job. You have a desire, an agenda to make peace in the world. Just notice those things. You have a desire for something that in your childhood or in your adulthood that someone or somewhere your system knows is not healthy or is wrong or naughty, whatever language is meaningful to you, then notice that. And when you notice these desires, just acknowledge them with a big open heart. Just acknowledge that it's there, and then let it know with a sweet, gentle voice, this is not your time. I see you desire for a new house. I see you desire for world peace. I see you desire for more chocolate ice cream. Just notice them and ask them to step aside. And then turn to some things that you are afraid of, reacting against, those things you have an aversion for. Where does that happen in your body? Just notice that. I have an aversion to the big chocolate ice cream. Notice it as a part, and let it know with a big open heart and a sweet tender voice, this is not your time. We can work together later. We can chat later. Just go through some of the things you have an aversion for. And ask those things to step aside. Just notice them as parts and ask them to give you some space. And then deepen your breath again with your diaphragm. And let's look at a couple of the C's of self-energy. The two I like to go to first are curiosity and calm. If that doesn't make sense, you can try calm and compassion or calm and connectedness, whatever works for you in the moment. And when I look over my system, I'm going to ask myself, how much calmness do I have? Are there any blocks to being calm? Where do those blocks exist in my system? Invite the block to step forward, and then notice it. And again, without any anger or forced judgment or negativity, just let it know that you see it, but this is not its time. If you're doing other parts work, you might make a note of which parts are getting in the way of being calm, and you can work on them in a more studied way later. Notice what's keeping you from being calm. And with a big open heart, let it know this is not your time. This is not when we work together. Please step aside so that the part can give your system some space. And then notice to curiosity. What are the blocks to curiosity? What are the blocks to your own open-hearted wonder about the world? What are things you have a fixed opinion about? Maybe it's politics or medicine or voting or not voting. Maybe it's a religious question or a philosophical question. But things that get in the way of your system, allowing curiosity to happen. Notice where they are, and ask it with a big open heart, please step aside. Please allow my system some space. And if you can do this back and forth between aversions and longings, the desires, the things you hate, if you can do this to create some space, some self-energy by removing the blocks to self-energy, you might find that there is in the very center or the core of your being, I usually find it in me and my solar plexus. I have other people I work with that have shared the same thing, that there's a kind of rosy energy there in the solar plexus or the pit of your belly, and wherever it is, just notice it and welcome it and breathe into that space. And just imagine your breath filling that self-energy up and nourishing it. Your breath brings nourishment and light to your self-energy to give you a greater sense of who you are. And just notice the warm glow. And as you breathe, sit with that. Just sitting with it. And keep that sensation as long as you can. And if you can carry it with you into the rest of your day, or evening, or whenever. If you're doing this right before bed, you can carry that self-energy with you into a very deep, very peaceful sleep, where all your parts have been negotiated with and have stepped aside and allow you to rest. Sit with that as long as you can. And for now, the meditation is over. Thank you so much for listening.